Hello, greetings from Change. Welcome to the Mind Management Program Calm. Nice to be in touch with you. In the last video, we talked about the two major reasons as to why we are living in false identity. Number one is, we discussed that in the unending cycle of birth and death, we lost the sense of our origin, sense of our purpose. So that's one of the reasons why we lost our identity. And the second reason is, especially as we engage with the physical world, and that itself creates a lot of disconnectedness. When you remain focused on one thing, naturally you don't remain focused on anything else. So the same way, in our excessive engagement in the physical worldly life, we are not even conscious that we have been veiled by 5 elements. And this is in our ancient scriptures. It is very clearly said. In the ancient scriptures, in its search for the self, the true self, they have very clearly identified one of the major reasons why you are living in false identity, why you are not conscious of your true identity, is the fact that there are 5 wheels that cover you, the true you. What are those 5 wheels? The scriptures say, one is Annamaya Kosha. Annamaya Kosha means the body. What is our body after all made of? Our body is only the food transformed, that's all. It is a food which we have been taking is appearing in this form and shape. That's all. So, the body, the first shield, the first cover over the true me is the body. Second is, the scripture says, Pranamaya Kosha. Pranamaya Kosha means the life. The life that breathes deep inside. You think you are that soul. You are that breath. So that is a second shield that covers the true me. The third one is Manomaya Kosha. Manomaya Kosha means the mind. The mind which does everything what is required for it to manifest the physical realities. So the third wheel is Manomaya Kosha. And the fourth wheel is Vijnanamaya Kosha. Vijnanamaya Kosha means, as we discussed the other day in one of the earlier videos, where we talked about the 3 faculties within the mind: subconscious mind, intellect, and conscious mind. So the Vijnanamaya Kosha refers to the intellect part of it. Intellect is the one which analyzes and determines which would be the right decision. So it is the part of that intellect which does it. So that is the fourth cover that is present over my true self. And the last one, the last veil that covers me is Anandamaya Kosha. Anandamaya Kosha means the state of happiness. Like when you say you are happy in the physical world, that happiness is different from, that happiness is short-lived. That happiness is not lasting. It is short-lived. Whereas the happiness that you create deep within is eternal. So, and Anandamaya Kosha essentially refers to your deep sleep state. Deep sleep state. Meaning, in the deep sleep state, every day you are going through, where neither your body nor your mind engages with the physical world. In the deep sleep. So when your body and mind do not remain engaged with the physical world, that state itself is called Anandamaya Kosha. Because you don't perform any karma. You don't perform any work. When you don't perform any work, you don't create any negativity. When you don't create any negativity, there is no negative emotion. This we are going to be discussing more about this topic when we are going to deal with karmic philosophy. So, in the deep sleep state, your mind doesn't think, your mind doesn't make any decision, and there is no transmutation, and there is no body action. That is the pleasant Anandamaya state. Meaning, neither there is happiness nor there is sorrow. Because mind doesn't create any physical reality. Only when the mind creates physical reality, there will be some effect out of that, of which you will have either positive or negative emotion. But in the deep sleep state, the mind does not have any aspiration. There is no decision. Right? There is no communication between the mind and the brain. Brain also does not work, and the body also does not work. It is the state of calm, peaceful state. So these 5 states, Annamaya Kosha, Pranamaya Kosha, Manomaya Kosha, Vijnanamaya Kosha and Anandamaya Kosha, these 5 wheels cover you. The true you. You are deep inside. And you are the true self. So to understand the true self, probably we need to very quickly in this episode, I'll share with you the essence of 2 different Upanishads. One Upanishad is telling you who you are, and the other Upanishad is saying, probably we will not be able to cover the other Upanishad, we will leave it for the next episode, but this Upanishad, we will talk about one Upanishad which talks about who you are. Right. So this Upanishad is called Mandukya Upanishad. It is in our ancient scripture. This Mandukya Upanishad is telling the secret to us as to who you truly are, as opposed to who we have been thinking. Right? In the last video, what we said? You are who you are, but not who you think you are. Your purpose is not what you think your purpose is. Your capacity is not what you think your capacity is. What you can do, achieve, experience and have is not what you think you can do, achieve, experience and have. Meaning what? What is the common word there? So in that analogy, there is clarity. The problem is in the thinking. You are who you are, but not who you think you are. Your purpose is not what you think your purpose is. Your capacity is not what you think your capacity is. What you can do, achieve, experience, have is not what you think you can do, achieve, experience, have. So the problem is in the thinking. Thinking is the common, right? Common thread. So problem is in the thinking. Thinking of what? Thinking about who am I? Thinking of what is my purpose? Thinking of what I can do, achieve, experience, and that. So it is, the problem is in the mind. Which part of the body thinks? It is the mind which thinks, right? So mind is the problem. But in the grand creation process, mind was not the problem. It was not meant to be problematic. It was a powerful tool you have been gifted in the creation process. It's a very powerful tool. We'll talk about how powerful it is, provided you use it for the constructive purposes. If you allow the mind to go on its own path of negativity, then that also it does very powerfully and create huge damage to us. So it is up to us to manage the mind. That is the reason why the mind management assumes a lot of importance, significant importance. So the second reason why we are not aware of who we are is the 5 wheels. The first reason is, when in the unending cycle of birth and death, we lost the sense of our origin, purpose, right? That's one reason. Second reason is, these 5 wheels cover us, the true self. And the Mandukya Upanishad clarifies to you. To talk about this Mandukya Upanishad, it takes many hours. I'll just give you in few minutes the cream of it. The Mandukya Upanishad says, be aware that you are not the waker. Waker means here, all that you do during the waking state, from morning till night. From the time you get up from the bed until you go back to the bed, all that you do, all that you think, all that you decide, all that you work, and you have work in the house, you have work in the office, you have work in the business, all, and you have travel, everything. All that you do from morning till night is called waking state. And it says you are not the waker. Then second state is, when you hit the bed, there is a semi-sleep state which is called dreaming state. The predominant thoughts and experiences of the day or even sometime in the past comes as a dream to you. It is a semi-sleep state called, or dream state, where you have the dream. And the dream, where it comes from, the dream also comes from the mind, out of its storage, right? So it's a dreaming state. And Upanishad says you are not the dreamer also. And third state is called deep blankness state, meaning you are in deep sleep. You are in deep sleep. In the waking state, be aware, your mind is working, your body is working, right? You are going to office, you are running business, you are conceptualizing, you are writing, you are doing all the work. So body and mind both are working. And in the dream state, your body is not working, but the mind is working. That is the reason you get that dream. And in the dream, you are also there. Yes, you are also there. Whatever the concept you dream about, because it is your mind which dreams, so you are also there. Dream state. And third state, deep blankness state, deep sleep state. Neither your mind is working nor the body is working. But you are still conscious. How do we say you are still conscious? Because next day, when you wake up, when your partner asks you a question, did you have a good rest? What's your answer? Normally, what do you answer? Did you have a good rest? Yeah, I had a good rest. I had a good rest. I slept like a log. People say that, which means you are conscious. You are conscious of that state. Otherwise, you would not say that. So, body and mind is working during the waking state, and the dream state only the mind is working, and the deep blankness state neither body nor the mind is working, but you are still conscious. So Upanishad says you are not any one of these. You are not any one of these. And it says in the Upanishad, they use the word Turiya. Turiya essentially means, in translation, fourth. You are not any one of these three states, you are the fourth. What is that? Consciousness. You are the consciousness. What actually the scriptures say is, like for example, I am introducing myself as Gopalan. I am saying I am an MBA graduate. I am saying I worked 38 years in international humanitarian development field. None of this is me. That is what Upanishad says. Your name is only a social identity. Your academic qualification is not you. It is not you. It is only the academic qualification that identified with you. And your position, title, authority, name and fame, wealth, relationship, none of it is you. You are the consciousness. Means what? We have discussed many times in the last 4 videos. Consciousness essentially means it is a spiritual energy field where bundle of memories and labels and images that have been stocked. Your mind is the warehouse of all the memories and labels. Memories of what? Memories about the faith that you are affiliated to, for example. When you say you are a Christian, or when you say you are an Islam, or when you say you are a Hindu, it is the religious affiliation you have, and that gets stuck in the subconscious mind. Okay? And my name is so and so, it is a social identity. I am the CEO of this company. So it is only the position that this body and mind is doing, not you. It is only the position the body and mind is performing, not you. And I am very proud to say my salary is $10,000. Is it you? The $10,000, you have nothing to do with the $10,000. You don't need a single dollar. This $10,000 or even $100,000 cannot affect you. That is only the attainment, financial attainment you have acquired. So, the consciousness which essentially is a bundle of memories and labels of your perspective of yourself and your perspective of the world. That is what consciousness. And as we discussed in the earlier video, it is that consciousness which drives our day-to-day work. We discussed, it is the labels and images that come in front of us in the present moment. That is the reason we keep repeating our life. We keep repeating our life every day in and day out. 1 in million. 1 in million don't repeat their life. They always think a fresh idea, new innovation, technology, advancement. 1 in million. Because they don't want to repeat the life. You just take a simple example. When Thomas Alva Edison has invented a light bulb, so what was he invented? What was its power at that time? And what is the power now of the same light? You see that? The electricity, the magic it does today, is million times more powerful than what Thomas Alva Edison invented. But he started it. He was the one who started. Although he failed 999 times, he never said I failed. He never said I failed. He said, I have learned in 999 times how the bulb will not be lit. So that is his attitude. So he went the 1000th time where he discovered how the light can be lit. But now the same power has been remarkably transformed. Like that everything. Like Wright brothers, when they invented how a man also can fly, but today jets. 1000 kilometers speed you can fly. See how the transformation has taken place. So the scientists who are chronically, driving their mind to innovation, they are not repeating their life. But rest of it, 99% of the human race is just repeating the life. We repeat the life because we allow that labels and images to come in the present moment, and we get going with it. We are so bogged down with our routine work. If I don't get into my car at 8 o'clock, I cannot be reach office at 9 o'clock, and 9 to 5 I got so much thing to be done, and coming back home, the traffic jam, with all this kind of things, mundane day-to-day activities, you don't look at the big picture of life. So we allow the mind to repeat its manifestation day in and day out. And you are functioning like a time clock, your autopilot system. The moment you jump out of the bed, everything is lined up. 5 minutes restroom, another 5 minutes shower, breakfast, dressing up, rushing. So it's all lined up. We don't reflect on. So that is why when the past comes in the present moment in your life, and when you don't correct it at that time, the past which is in the present moment also goes into future, and the future also becomes the past. So those who are not able to be present in the here and now can only repeat the life, can only experience the monotony, can only experience the frustration. They can't be creative, they can't be innovative, they can't be agile. They don't aspire high. And because you don't correct the present, because you don't stop the past to come in the present, which means you are allowing the past to come in the present. If you don't stop the past from coming into the present, it means you are allowing the past to come in the present. And when you allow that, your life will be only repetitive. If I ask you a question, What will be your choice? Do you want to live 1 year of life 100 times? Or do you want to live 100 years of life? What will be your answer? You understand the question? Do you want to live 1 year of life 100 times? Or do you want to live 100 years of life? In this answer lies your preparedness to make a quantum jump in the transformation deep within you. So reflect on the consciousness the scriptures talk about. You are not the waker, you are not the dreamer, you are not the deep sleeper, but you are the fourth, which is the consciousness. That consciousness again is only the labels and memories that are stored in your subconscious mind, which manifest your physical reality. So to understand who you are truly, you need to look at, along with this Mandukya Upanishad, you need to look at another Upanishad, Taittiriya Upanishad, which we will talk in the next video. And once you see both, what has been said in the Mandukya Upanishad, that you are not the three, but you are the fourth, which is consciousness. And in Taittiriya Upanishad, what they are saying, so you need to blend it together to get answer as to who you are. And you will be very powerful. Very, very powerful once you know that. You may not even believe it. But when you try hard in the sense instantaneously you can believe. Provided you are open. You are open, you are conscious to around you. That is what is required. But because we are not conscious of what is happening in the universe, we are not conscious. You are in a small little box, you are boxing yourself in a small little box. You and the family of 4 people and the office and requiring to hit the office and working 7 hours and coming back and again starting from the whole thing. So we are boxing ourselves in a too tiny circle. We are not understanding the miracles happening. The miracles happening right in your life. We are not conscious. We are not conscious of the miracles happening all over, right in front of you. We are not conscious. So that unconsciousness has to be transformed into consciousness. We will do it in the next video, where we are going to discuss Taittiriya Upanishad. Thank you. Have a great week ahead of you.